All right, let's get right into it. If you've just landed in Norway, you've probably had your head spinning with words like BankID, VIPs, and just setting up a bank account. It can feel like a total maze, right? Well, don't you worry. In this explainer, we're going to untangle all of it step by step so you know exactly what you're doing.
So, does this look familiar? You're trying to get your new life started, and it seems like everyone's just throwing these terms around like they're the simplest things in the world. But nobody really stops to explain how they all connect. It's confusing, and let's be honest, it's pretty stressful.
Okay, first things first. You are so not alone in feeling this way. But here's the good news. It's not nearly as complicated as it seems. There's a secret to it all. And that secret? It's all about doing things in the right order. That's it. Let's break that order down.
And the very first thing, the absolute foundation that your entire financial life in Norway is built on, is the bank account. Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here. Think of your Norwegian bank account as your financial home base. It's where your salary is going to land, it's how you'll pay your rent and bills, and it gets you the debit card you'll use for pretty much everything. So for a minute, just forget all the other stuff. This is your number one non-negotiable priority. So, how do you actually get one? Well, you're generally going to need some valid ID, like your passport, plus something called a D number, or a personal number. After that, you'll have to physically go into a bank branch so they can see you in person and verify who you are. The exact rules might change a tiny bit from bank to bank, but that's the basic drill. And listen, this next part is super important to hear. You might not walk out with a bank account on your very first day. There can be delays, and you just have to know that this is completely normal. It's just how the process works sometimes, so please don't let it stress you out. Okay, so once that bank account is up and running and you're feeling a bit more settled, it's time to level up. And that next level is called BankID. Now, try not to think of this as a bank thing. Think of it more like your official, secure, digital key to pretty much everything in Norway. And this is where most of the confusion comes from. Let me be really clear. BankID is not a bank account. It's something totally separate. It's a digital ID that lets you log into your online bank, digitally sign important documents, and even access government websites. It's your identity, not your money. So, what do you need to get this magical digital key? Well, first, you have to have that Norwegian bank account we just talked about. See? Step one. You'll also usually need a full Norwegian personal number. The D number often isn't enough for this step. And then your bank has to give the final okay. It's a clear sequence. Now we can talk about the final piece of the puzzle, the thing you'll see people using constantly, everywhere from cafes to flea markets, and that's VIPs. It's this incredibly popular app for paying with your phone. So what's the difference here? Think of it this way. Your bank account is the big, serious financial hub. It's for your salary, your rent, all the major stuff. VIPs is just a handy little app that sits on top of all that. It's perfect for quickly paying a friend back for lunch or buying a coffee. And the key thing is, VIPs absolutely depends on you already having BankID to work. And yep, you guessed it. Just like with the bank account, there's a waiting game here too. Because VIPs needs BankID, and BankID needs a personal number and a bank account. You're just not going to be able to use VIPs when you first arrive. And again, say it with me, this is totally normal. It's expected. So let's put this all together and look at what a realistic timeline actually looks like. Because honestly, just understanding the flow is going to save you so much headache. First thing to wrap your head around is that Norway is almost a totally cashless society. I mean, look at this. A whopping 97% of payments are made with cards or mobile. So you really don't have to worry about carrying cash around. Your bank card is going to be your best friend. So here's how it's probably going to go for you. When you first arrive, just use your cards from home, no problem. Then, once you get your bank account sorted, you'll start getting your paycheck there and using your new Norwegian bank card. A bit later, once you get your personal number, you'll apply for and get your BankID. And then finally, you'll have full access to set up and use VIPs. See, it's a journey with stages. Okay, let's bring this all home and bust the biggest myth of all. Seriously, if you only remember one thing from all of this, please make it this next part. We hear this all the time. So many people think you have to somehow get BankID before you can even set foot in a bank to open an account. That is 100% completely, totally wrong. It's the exact opposite, actually. Here is the absolute reality. A bank account always comes first. No exceptions. BankID is step 2, something you can only get after you have an active bank account. So here it is, the golden rule. your simple 3-step guide. Step 1, focus only on getting that bank account. Step 2, once that's done and you have a personal number, you get BankID. And step 3, only after all that, you get to play with VIPs. Bank account, then BankID, then VIPs. That's the order. That is the whole secret.
Look, the system isn't meant to give you everything all at once. It's a process. But now that you know the proper order, the whole thing feels a lot less intimidating, doesn't it? Now you know the path. So are you ready to go out and tackle it with confidence?